Now, you mentioned this earlier, and I think this is an important part of it. The groups that you have, and on your website, you have some information about that. Um, I think it's awesome you have it because it's one thing to have workers and staff have your back, get you whatever information you need, but it's another thing with connecting with somebody that's in your position or has been there, done that kind of thing, or is going through what you're going through. I found that very, very useful in fostering. What type of groups? I mean, what specifically do they do, or what do you try to accomplish with these groups? And do you meet in person, Zoom meetings? What can you expand on that a little bit?
Sure. Jenny, you want me to go or I can
No,
go?
I can go. It's fine.
Okay.
Our main support group we have monthly, and we have prided ourselves on having adoptive parent led support groups. We think it's really important for families to have a safe place where they can, like you said, like be with people who have been in their shoes or are in their shoes, are
Right.
in a similar experience, have had similar experiences. So, and we are fairly hands off with that as a team. We always, we're there to support the leader. We have previously, when we've met in the office, we are virtual right now with our support groups. But historically, they've been in person. We've offered them in all 3 counties, and we've provided childcare. We've provided dinner. We let the parents have their group. We've had several different parent leaders that run each group, and keep people on task and not being supportive and not venting too much. You know what I mean? But
Right.
still be giving people a place to vent.
Exactly.
So
That's needed sometimes.
just to make them productive, So we have right now, we are very fortunate to have Joy Davies run our support group. Joy is a therapist with the Attachment Coalition, which is a great agency that works specifically, largely, right, Jane, with adopted youth who have experienced trauma. And she is an adoptive parent herself. She's adopted older children and transracially. So she really is a great wealth of knowledge, both personally and professionally. So she runs our groups for us, which we are, again, so lucky. Like I said, everything is still virtually. It's once a month, the second Tuesday of every month, from 6 to 7:30. We are slowly but surely trying to make our way back into the office, but not with that yet. So I know you have COVID on the list to talk about.
Yeah,
so that's of course
we'll do that. We'll do that after the break.
our services, but
Right.
the support group's great. I mean, we are always encouraging our families to come to it, just because it is. I mean, it's like I find that that's probably one of the biggest issues our parents find is that they're so alone and they don't have people walking in their shoes to share their experience or to even understand where they're coming from. And even, as being a foster parent, it's like it's a different beast. It's a different way of parenting. It's a different way of thinking about things. It's a different way of seeing behaviors,
Yeah.
So people that haven't been through it, they don't always get it, no matter how good their intentions, so it's really awesome to have that support network. And so it's something we're very proud of. We've always prided ourselves on those adoptive parent-led support groups.
And I just want to piggyback on what Jenny said. I really think that for anybody out there who is thinking of getting involved in foster care adoption, a support group is just so important to have that community, to have that commonality. Like Jenny said, every child is different, every family is different, but there are some common reactions that we see in our kids, in our population, and to know that somebody else sees that too and may have had a successful way of handling it, or may have had a way that they tried or they tried again or something that they tried with the school, it is so helpful. And as Jenny said, sometimes people feel that they're very isolated. Not everybody in their family or their community or their friends understands their family and how their family is, their day in and their day out. So I just can't say enough about how important I feel that having, if you are a parent out there considering or in the process or have foster adoptive children, get in touch with us. Come to one of our support groups, and if you don't live in our counties, still call us at the number, and we'll give you the numbers of who to call for wherever it is that you find, wherever you live, to make sure that you're connected. It's just when we see families that come and are connected and they know each other outside of just our park family, and they do things on their own and help one another out at times. It's just incredible to see how a family can really flourish when they have those other supportive individuals around them.
So you said that you guys handled anyone Wayne, Macomb, and the other one,
Oakland.
the other one,
The other one.
and but do all of the counties in the state have? I mean, obviously, there's only one Orchards, clearly, but
Yes.
Is there are there other agencies similar to yours, not quite as awesome, that are also helping out? Are there any decidedly underserved counties in the state? Is the question I'm really trying to ask.
Well, the post-adoption resource centers are broken up into 8 regions.
Okay.
Wayne County is just its own region, so that kind of lets you know. And then Oakland and Wayne and Macomb are its own region. So there's, with that, 6 other regions that service the whole state of Michigan. So the UP is just one region.
Okay.
So some of those counties, it will look a little different for families. We are, Orchards is centrally located and easy to get to from any of these counties. We're in Oakland County, but we also have an office in Macomb, and so really easy for us to get to. So families who live maybe in northern Michigan, it might look a little different, but every single county is covered under one of the park regions.
Excellent. I mean, if you live in the Upper Peninsula, you have to drive 2 hours to get anywhere anyway.
Yeah.
So you get
Milk or
accustomed to
something,
it.
right? Yeah.
Yes, to get to a grocery store, possibly. Yes.
Yep.
I've spent some time in Escanaba. It's
Remote.
That movie is hilariously accurate, by the way, if you've never seen it. Is it Escanaba in the Moonlight? I think that's what it's called.
Yes.
I think
Yeah,
so.
that is.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
so. I think you got it. So, but all right. So we'll take a quick break, and we'll be right back with Jane and Jennifer here, and we'll take about 5 minutes, and be right back.